Hello, I'm Kats, and welcome back to the free-to-play review. So today we're going to be talking about the latest iteration of the Deck of Fate, my least favorite event in the game. And thankfully, it's another iteration where I don't actually have to do it, so I'm very happy about that. But nonetheless, let's talk about it in case you are interested in participating in the demonic deck of Fate. So in this case, it is a really unfortunate mixture of the events here, which is going to be Dungeon Divers alongside a Soulstone Rush. So you're going to have to use Soulstones basically the entire way, because there's not really any other way to do this. I mean, as I've mentioned many times over the years, Dungeon Divers is a terrible form of point acquisition for these types of events. You'd have to burn tens of thousands of energy that most people won't have access to over the course of the 4 days that's going to be live to do it. And so practically speaking, this is a Soulstone summoning event where you would have to pull Soulstones to flip the cards. All that said, there are a couple of good-ish things about this particular iteration of the Deck of Fate. One is that there are only 140 Titan event points up for grabs, meaning that you could definitely sacrifice this entirely if you're going all the way out to milestone 5, or if you're doing any lower milestones, you definitely probably don't need this. So this is going to eat directly into my 250 point buffer. So we're skipping the entirety of this event. We don't have to do it. But there's also 12 epic cards, which is kind of nice, more than usual. 13 rare and 15 common, so a lot more epic cards than usual. And there's also some relic materials if you care about that, but I think most people probably don't. The relics from this particular set aren't crazy good. Maybe one legendary one is pretty decent, but if anyone doesn't really understand how Deck of Fates work, there are 40 cards in the deck, as you can see here, these rarities, and the main gimmick here is that if you get 3 of a kind in a row, then you can start rolling on the juicier tables. Obviously, you ideally would want 3 epics in a row, lots of goodies there, but 3 rares in a row is pretty decent as well. Then 3 commons is the most likely outcome if you're going to get a triplet at all, and the rewards are less good, but still decent. There is no pinning in this one, unfortunately, so you can't guarantee yourself a 3 epic streak. So it's just pure RNG, depending on how you want to look at it. And then if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can see here that this is a Dungeon Divers that we talked about, plus a Soulstone or Soul Rush, if you want to call it that. And this one isn't terrible, which is good, because this is effectively 90% of the worst that we've ever seen. So what I call it is the nerf applier, being a 90% here. So the peak being 100 for Immortals, 1,000 for Immortals, and 5,000 for Eternals. So it's only 90% of that, so 10% less, which is not terrible. But the main kind of problem with that is that there is no overlapping 2x or anything going on in the Altar of Soul, so there's no booster rates. You're pulling on the base rates, which just means you're going to get a lot less good stuff. But also, this isn't a soul chase, so you don't really have to worry about the quality that comes out of your Soulstones. You just need to pull an amount of them in order to max it out. And in this case, it'd be 445 on the Mortals, 45 on the Eternals, or 45 on the Immortals, and 9 on the Eternals, which is a pretty tall order, again, for most people, myself included. I don't even have enough Mortals to do that. I do have enough Soulstones overall to do it, but it's not really worth it, because like I said, there's no boosted rates or anything like that. So yeah, Deck of Fate for me, hard skip. That is my plan. There's really not much else to mention on that regard. But in terms of a recommendation for you guys, it's really up to you. If you're really itching, you're burning to pull some Soulstones, you can. I don't think this is the best time to do it, nor is it necessary, nor is it a good return on your investment if you want better quality from your Soulstones. But again, hey, play how you want to play. Sometimes it's not always about being efficient across the board every single time. And maybe you're really more keen on getting some of these rewards here, some of the event relic credits, or just the Titan event points. So it's up to you. But yeah, I don't recommend you do this one. I'm not doing it myself. I think it's a waste of resources personally. And again, Dungeon Divers is somewhat negligible. You could see there, I have 2,000-ish points just because we happen to be running dungeon tournaments happen to be running dungeons for other tournaments going on in the game at the moment. And so I have, I guess, 2 flips. Maybe I'll get to 3 or 4 by the end of it, but I'm not really counting on that. But yeah, there's really not a whole lot to say about this Deck of Fate. Definitely a hard skip for me. Definitely a hard skip as a recommendation. And there's really not much else to say on that one. So yeah, that will do it for the free-to-play review of the demonic Deck of Fate. Definitely not really worth doing, and there's really not much more to say on that topic. But do let me know in the comment section down below if you feel like or feel compelled to pull your Soulstones that are just burning a hole in your pocket and you really want to use them. Hopefully you get something good, and let me know what you got in the comment section down below as well. As always, if you did find this video helpful, then be sure to hit that like button down below. It really does help out the channel, and feel free to hit the subscribe button down below as well if you are enjoying the content overall on this channel for more content just like this one in the future. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.